I'm Jim Check. You're watching Kelowna Now. Today I have with me Shahab Bahrami. Did I get that right, Shahab?
Yes. Hello,
He's
everyone.
he's with SenseNet. They use their wildfire detection. They have a project going with Predator Ridge. Maybe tell us a little bit about the project that you have going out there with Predator Ridge.
Sure. So SenseNet is the company that is providing wildfire detection technology in Canada. And right now we have a commercial project with Predator Ridge, which is a golf resort in the south side of City of Vernon.
Yeah. So what is that? What does that entail? Like, what is that? Is that monitors? Is that satellite? Like, how are you detecting the wildfires?
Yeah, usually we install sensors, gas detector sensors that are specifically designed for outdoor wildfire detection. So it's very different from the indoor fire detections that we have in residential sectors. So we install those sensors on trees in different locations, especially those locations that are high risk for wildfire, to having a wildfire. At the same time, we installed a bunch of uh, smoke detector cameras in strategic places, usually on top of the hills, so we have a live view over the area. And these two technologies, the sensors and the cameras, are supported by updates of satellite images for firefighters. So these three technologies are working together in SenseNet to give a most comprehensive early wildfire detection and management solution for the communities like Predator Ridge.
So what? So if it get one of the cameras gets triggered or one of the sensors get triggered, does it send an email or how does it notify wildfire services?
Yeah, we have three ways of notifying. One is email, another one is text message, and also we have a mobile app specifically for firefighters. It's not for public right now, but it's for firefighters and fire authorities that can see notifications on that mobile application.
So the area in Predator Ridge, how many square kilometers are you protecting up there now with this technology?
The square kilometer is around, let's say it's by 15 by 15 kilometers on average, approximately. And we have 100 nodes, sensors, I mean, and also five cameras and five gateways that are covering the whole area.
So then these cameras obviously need like a power source, and I imagine that's solar out there. And then are they communicating with like cellular, or how are they communicating to back to
It
their
can,
home base?
A very good question. Actually, this is the challenge that we have, especially for remote areas. For Predator Ridge, we have access to electricity and also the coverage for LTE, the SIM cards. And now Rogers Communications are supporting us for having the backhaul for communications and having the stream of the cameras in our system. We also use the electricity that are available in the buildings that are in different locations of the Predator Ridge. But for remote areas, we have other options like using satellite communication, like what we have uh, for other remote areas. And
Mm.
also we use electricity as we use solar panels as a source of power.
So didn't Rogers just do a deal? I don't know if it's live yet. They just did a deal with Starlink, I think. So Starlink will give like 100% coverage.
Yeah, Starlink is the satellite solution that I mentioned about remote areas. But usually, when we have LTE coverage and SIM cards that what you have internet in your mobile
Right.
phones, we
Yeah.
use that one. Otherwise, if there is no coverage, we use Starlink
Okay.
for
Well,
communication.
what does success look like? Like how can they tell like the Predator Ridge and the fire department? What does success look like for them using SenseNet?
From my point of view, it's a great step for having ultra early wildfire detection. And to be honest, last week we had a wildfire ignition on top of one hills in the south part of City of Vernon, and we sent it was 6 a.m. in the morning. And when having a wildfire, when we are talking about a wildfire, it means that anytime it can happen. It can happen anytime. And so having an automated system that can detect and send alarm to fire authority is critical. So from SenseNet point of view, this is a biggest step. This is a very effective step to having technologies for wildfire detection because it makes an effective response to these kind of events before they become uncontrollable. This is the important step. Being on when a wildfire becomes controllable, like what we had last year in city of Kelowna, then it would be a disaster.
So traditionally, the old ways they would have like rangers in towers and stuff like that with binoculars, and then also they would have some aerial like people flying around in areas looking for wildfires in remote areas. I imagine if the more that you can use a technology like yours, the less that you would need like human intervention that, like needs to go to the bathroom or, like goes has to sleep, and planes that, like can't stay in the air forever either. So I imagine this just gives you more like a 24/7, 365 coverage.
Exactly. This is a good point. So we don't say that we should forget about traditional approaches. No, traditional approaches are good, but these technologies, the new technologies like what we are proposing in SenseNet, helps to make this task easier, robust, and 24/7 active. This is important. So, as you mentioned, sometimes people can report, and usually public report is one of the approaches in different locations, but these cameras and sensors can make this robust and trustable. So, we don't wait for an event. We are active before something happens.
Yeah, so last year, according to your press release here, your backgrounder, the BC spent about just over $1 billion, almost $1.1 billion in wildfire fighting wildfires. So, how much have you guys done any projections on how much money can be saved by early detection and early response and putting out the fires before they become basically unmanageable?
It's too soon to answer this question in my viewpoint, but I believe one of the what we can say we can talk about the weaknesses that for last year. One of the reasons that the wildfires became uncontrollable last year was late response. So late response, if we mitigate this weakness so that we have fast response in wildfires, then we can avoid having uncontrollable wildfires. Some of those wildfires are in remote areas in nature and they are useful, but some of them are close to local communities. If we focus on those, we can reduce the cost a lot, and we believe that these costs can save millions of dollars.
What the Predator Ridge has done it. So what about the rest of Vernon? Are they looking at doing more coverage in Vernon in that area? Or are you talking to other places in BC?
Yes, actually, for the city of Vernon, because we had a 2-year pilot project, now we are expanding that pilot project to have a coverage in the east side, north side, and we have already installed a few more cameras in different strategic locations. For the city of Kelowna, we have 2 sample cameras that is covering the south side of the city right now. And also, we are having an agreement with the Harrison Hot Spring as a second local community to have our sensors there. And we are expanding the solution to CN railways. So we have kind of some pilot installation near the railway tracks to help the Canadian railway company CN
So
to have early detection for wildfires close to railways.
so your contracts right now are with like individual, like Predator Ridge is a commercial operation, the city of Vernon is a municipality, Harrison would be, is there any contracts that you're looking at with like BC Wildfire, or like with the BC government itself?
Very good question. Yeah, we are in processing of having an agreement with BC Wildfire, and there are a bunch of steps to get into that agreement, and we are doing those steps. We are passing those steps patiently. Yeah.
You had a video you were going to show us. So you want, if we play that video, you want to talk us through that video?
Sure, but the video is self-presenting, so we can stop talking and listen to that video.
Okay. Okay. Let's roll that video. Maybe put sound on it, Jason.
Sure.
There's no audio coming through, so we'll put that video into the story. But so, can you hear me, Shahab?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we're not getting the audio through the eCam link here, so we
That's
can
fine.
kind of see the images of the cameras being positioned all over the place there, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll just go back to Shahab. We'll put the video in the story, and then you'll be able to watch the video with the sound in the story.
Sure.
Yeah, so it looked pretty good to me. Like it showed you all the sensors kind of making a perimeter of it. And then so obviously the more you can see. Now AI, you were saying before we went on that you guys are using artificial intelligence to kind of like, what role does that play in your technology?
Yeah, the AI is actually the brain of our system. When we are talking about devices like sensors and cameras, they are just doing their job, taking having sample data from the environment from sensors and also the video streams from the cameras. But processing this data is very critical, and AI is part of that process. The data analysis that we have tries to find abnormal events in sensors data and also a smoke shape signatures in the camera streams. This is critical because we are talking about an automated system. Of course, an automated system should be self-managed, and AI is that brain for being self-managed.
So if the cameras sense a fire or smoke, they send a message, a text message. Can then the person receiving that message log on to the camera and just check it first, or
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. This is exactly what fire department in the city of Vernon asked us a few months ago, and we add this feature to our system. Specifically, what we have is an integration of cameras and sensors. When a sensor sends an alarm, the cameras zoom into that location, check the location, surrounding area, and send photos and short videos to the fire department. So the fire department can see what's going on in that location. Is it an alarm from a wildfire? Is there any smoke there? Or is it just a campsite or any activity that is normal there? Because sensors are not smart in a way to
yeah.
detect everything and distinguish everything. This is how firefighters can use those links and videos and images from the cameras.
So they can do a visual confirmation before they send crews out there and stuff like that too. And then
Exactly.
so then the fire department has this, and then I imagine they can pass it on to BC Wildfire and whoever else needs to see it. I take it, or is it right now with Predator Ridge? It's the fire department monitoring it and Predator Ridge, or who's doing the monitoring of the Predator Ridge system?
Both Predator Ridge and fire department in City of Vernon. So yeah, and also what you mentioned is correct. The fire department now can send the information to the BC Wildfire.
Awesome. Is there anything else that I missed today, Shahab, that you want to share?
The only thing that is, I would like to use this opportunity to thank the communities like Predator Ridge and the looking forward fire departments like what we have in City of Vernon and the fire chiefs there to help us to test the system, having a pilot for 2 years, having several tests with the government, with their fire chiefs and people there. They gave us several good feedbacks, and we could have a system that is now available for the market. It's a commercial system right now because of their support, and we're really thankful for them.
We would like to have you back as soon as there's an event to see how the system performed. Like when I imagine there will be an event maybe not in Predator Ridge, but there'll be some events. And if there is one out there, then we'd like to see how the system performed and how it allowed the fire department out there to respond more quickly.
Sure, sure. We will be happy to give this report to you.
Well, we thank you for your time today, Shahab, and we wish you well and success in that, because we know that we need more quicker response, and so that'd be great. And
thank you very much.
We thank you for watching Kelowna Now.